Hi, this is Alex from Xpressfix, and today we're going to be repairing an iPhone 3GS screen and digitizer. And that's how we break it.
Alright guys, here's the damage that was just caused from when Alex dropped the iPhone. Not too much, but just a little bit. Alright, and here's the tools I'm going to use to repair the iPhone 3GS. We have your 00 Phillips screwdriver, your single 0 Phillips screwdriver. This is used just for these two screws to open up the iPhone. We have your basic suction cup. This is going to be used to take the screen off. We have the adhesives to glue the screen back onto the mid-chassis. We have your part, which is the glass and digitizer. And then I always keep a microfiber rag around to clean the phone off. Alright, we're going to start by removing the two single 0 screws. We're going to take the suction cup. All you gotta do is apply it right above the home button, press down on it. Be careful when you lift it up because you do have 3 connectors that are right on the opening right here. So what you want to do is you want to pop the connectors off. One is already popped off, which is fine. You want to pop this other one off. And then this 3 connector you gotta be real delicate, careful with. There's this little white tab that you gotta lift up. Be very delicate because it breaks off easily. Once it lifts up to like a 90-degree angle. You just pull the 3 connector out, and then this is already taken apart. You can put this to the side. That's your motherboard and battery and all that. Alright, so we got the glass, LCD, all in the mid-chassis. Next step is we're gonna take apart these 3 screws. 1, 2, 3, and just on the other side, same screws. 1, 2, and then the third one is up here. 2, and then the top one. Alright, there's the 6 screws that holds the LCD into the glass mid-chassis. Alright, next step is we're going to remove the LCD from the whole mid-chassis. I found the easiest way to do this is there's this little tab here. What you want to do is you want to separate the mid-chassis from the LCD, and all you do is I just put my fingertip right between there and then lift this tab up, and it kind of just like pops out. Be careful though, this is where most people mess up and they break the LCD. It's very fragile. And then you kind of pop it out from the bottom, lift it up a little bit, and then just slide it out and comes out. Put this off to the side, make sure no dust gets on it. And then we have just the mid-chassis and the glass and digitizer. Alright, next step is we're going to heat up pretty much the top here, the bottom here. You can use just your standard blow dryer. Heat it up for a good 5 to 8 minutes. And then we're going to remove the glass straight from the mid-chassis. Alright, I just got done finishing up heating the mid-chassis and the glass. What we did was we used about 3 to 4 minutes on the top and another 3 to 4 minutes on the bottom. If you're going to use a heat gun instead of a blow dryer, just be extra careful. You know, I don't know the time that you want to use it on, but it's going to heat it up quick. What I'm going to do to separate the glass from the mid-chassis is I like to take a very small flathead screwdriver and put it right between the glass and the mid-chassis, and it's going to come apart, and then you kind of just slowly glide it up there, up around the top. Keep gliding across. Just keep on going. Keep on going. And you just gently glide across. Be careful of the home button. You gotta go above it. And then it pops right out. If you find it too difficult to to remove the glass from the mid-chassis, just heat it up a little bit more and you'll be able to slide it around a little bit easier. Alright, next part's pretty important. There's all this glue stuck on the mid-chassis, so what I do is I just take, you know, any type of flat edge screwdriver, and then you kind of just want to peel all this glue off and get it as clean as possible. The reason behind this is when you put the new glass and digitizer back onto the mid-chassis, it's going to lay flush to the mid-chassis and flush with the home button so it doesn't stick up at all. So I'm going to take a good 5 minutes here and just clean this mid-chassis off. Alright, as you can see, I have all the glue removed from the mid-chassis. Next we're going to take the iPhone glass and digitizer. Most parts you have a cover on the top and bottom, so just remove this little plastic film. And there, and there. There's a plastic film on the back side of the glass too, but leave that for now. Alright. We're going to take our adhesives. These are usually a pain to get off, but bear with me. Alright, there's that top adhesive. I'm going to lay it right on here. I'm going to line it up as just best as you can. This part gets a little tricky, but press it down. Alright. Take the other part. And lay it on the top. And then you just gotta peel off the top of the adhesive. Alright, adhesives are ready now. When you apply the glass to the mid-chassis, make sure your digitizer cable goes under the mid-chassis. Line it up as best as possible. And then make sure your home button is good. And then just press down good so it stays there. What I usually do is I check the home button, make sure it's flush with the glass, so I lift this part up a little bit. Just feel it feels good, it's flush. Alright, next step, make sure you take the plastic cover off the back of your glass. Just peel that away. Be careful because you can peel off the digitizer as well, so just make sure you're peeling the plastic cover. We're going to take our LCD display. Make sure there's no dust or smudges or anything on it. That's when I use the microfiber rag. Just gently brush it off. Alright, that looks good. We're going to place the LCD into the mid-chassis. What you want to do is you want to just push it down. This little tab goes above that little thing up there. It's going to slide in, and then you want to lay it down, but remember, pull this metal bracket out with your fingertips so you're not putting too much pressure on the LCD. When you pull it down, it kind of just falls right into position. There you go. What I do is I peel off the outer plastic now and make sure there's no dust or anything in between the LCD and I'm going to put the screws back into the mid-chassis to hold the LCD to it. The 3 that we removed before, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Alright, got all the screws back in. Next we're going to place the whole glass digitizer mid-chassis back into the iPhone. This part is extremely important and probably the most difficult. You got to place each cable starting from the 3 cable, which is the smallest cable right here. That goes right into this little black clip. Alright, what you want to do is kind of just line it up as best as possible. I'm sure you can't see much, but I'm just lining up and I'm just forcing it in. Once it's in, it's not going to go in, you're going to still be able to see the little bronze connectors, but it should be in enough where you can push this little white clamp down. Again, be very careful with this clamp. If you break that clamp, your iPhone's pretty much done for. Next, you're going to take this 2 connector and you're going to place it right there, and then you're going to take your last 1 connector, and this guy, you gotta angle it down and just line it up. I'm sure you can't see it that well. You can kind of feel how it lines up, and then you just press it in. It takes a lot of practice to get that down, but once you do it over and over and over again, it becomes fairly easy. Next step is we're going to press the the iPhone glass back into the iPhone. Be careful on this step because there's rubber all along the edges that pretty much seals the iPhone from dirt, water, dust, all that stuff. So when you press it back in, I like to start from the top and slowly work my way down, and it should just smoothly press in if you did everything right. There you go. And then the last step is screwing the 2 screws back in. So we're going to take our single 0 screwdriver, screw these in real quick. Alright guys, here's our iPhone 3GS completely repaired, looking like brand new. What I do first is I turn it on, which it's already on, and I test to make sure the digitizer is working properly. So I unlock it. I slide my finger across from top to bottom because sometimes only 1/2 of it works. So everything's looking good. Awesome. Lock it back up. Alright, there we go. You can see our Xpressfix logo right there. If you have any questions, visit us at www.xpressfix.com, or you can give us a call toll free at 1-888-600-7661. Thank you, bye.